Alright guys, it is March 13 today. The days have become longer and with my flock, they have been laying tons of eggs. So as you can see, I have all these eggs here lined up on my table and I'm going to use this new method of preserving these eggs. Now, first I want to make sure I choose my eggs carefully, make sure that they have no dirt on them, no blemishes or cracks, because I want to make sure that I choose the right eggs, the perfect eggs I should say, because we don't want any mishaps, any explosions, any contamination. And so I'm going to go through these trays. I have already set out some here that I've chosen, and as you can see they look perfect or almost perfect. I'm going to be also preserving some turkey eggs because I have a layered turkey, and I got all my supplies lined up to get this started. So the items I have are distilled water, two 1-gallon glass jars. I opted for glass because I prefer to preserve in glass. I have seen videos where some people would preserve the eggs in like a 5-gallon plastic bucket with great success, which is a lot of eggs. But because this is my first time trying this out, guys, I'm gonna go small for the time being. And then I have over here my pickle and lime. For this, you do not need a lot, so don't go buying a whole huge pack. This is just 1 pound of the pickle and lime, which the recipe that I'm following calls for. I guess you can use it for other things as shown on the package right here, but I'm just going to be using it in my quest to preserve eggs using a different method for the first time. So here I have my scale. I zeroed it out and measured out 1 ounce of the pickle and lime in here. I have my measurement, so I'm going to do 1 quart of distilled water to 1 ounce of pickle and lime, and I'm going to dissolve this in this mug here first before I place it in the jar with the eggs. So I'm going to load the jar up first with the eggs, then make the solution in this and pour that solution onto the eggs that are in the jar. So this is what the pickling solution is looking like. I'm stirring it in. This amounted to 8 cups of water and 2 ounces of the pickling lime. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. Let's get all that's sitting on the side here. Let it sit for a little bit while I pack these jars here now with the eggs. And then I'll give it another stir again in case it settles. And then we'll pour it over the eggs in the jar. Alright, so now in this jar, as you can see, these are all turkey eggs at the bottom. I was going to do just 6 turkey eggs, but I had to put an extra one because I wanted it to hold in place as I sat it down at the base of the jar. And so I placed these eggs pointy side facing down. These are the ones that I'm going to preserve. Alright, so here we go with the chicken eggs. And like I said, the pointy side faces down, so I'm going to be very gentle with that. It's going to take me a minute, so I'm going to get this done and I'll get back to you when it's all packed in. And guys, this is my first time ever doing this and preserving eggs this way. I've wanted to do it for quite a while, but I have not yet gotten to it. I have kept eggs for up to 9 months so far, just by keeping it in a cool, dark place with no type of intervention as far as putting any substances in it to preserve it. But I figured, you know what, if there's another option, why don't I just give it a try? And this is part of learning skills, which can eventually pay off in the long run. So why not give it a try? Just want to make sure I put them all facing the right way. And you want to obviously make sure that you never wash these eggs, because it already have a natural protective coating. I'm just kind of afraid, or cautious I should say, that once I pour the water in, it might just shift a little bit. So I'm kind of wary about that. But we'll see what happens here. It's all a learning experience. Let's hope it goes well. This egg is kind of sort of, yeah. I don't like how this looks. So I'm going to get a different egg. Let's choose one from over here. All right. Looking good, looking good. I'm excited. So I'm going to be checking this in a year. I'm going to give this a year. And I'm doing two different jars. I think this is enough for this jar. I'm doing two different jars. So one jar, I am going to leave it for a year. The other one, I'm probably going to leave it for about 6 months because this is an experiment. So I want to see the level of freshness and how successful it is, you know, given the timeline that I'm going to be preserving these eggs for. Now this has been sitting for a minute while I've been packing the eggs in the first jar. And so I want to stir it a little bit more just to make sure it's properly dissolved, and I believe it is. So I'm going to pour this mixture in the first jar. I am worried about this thing settling. It's my first time, guys. Pray for me. Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm going to remove this one egg, guys, because you see this one's like kind of sticking up at the top. So I will start the other jar with this one. But this is pretty much, I guess, how it's supposed to be, so that all the eggs are submerged in the jar and the lime solution is covering all the eggs. So this is it, guys. I'm now going to get the cover and place it on this jar, and I'm going to store this away in a cool, dark place for the next few months. So the first jar is done. We are on to the second jar, and as you can see, I packed the eggs in and I mix the solution that I'm now pouring in the jar here to fill it up. And as you can see, I filled it up way too much because I did want to leave a little bit more headspace at the top of the jar. So I'm going to remove a couple eggs and also some of the liquid in there. Well, that looks safer. I'm going to just add a little more of the liquid because I have a lot of headspace here. Just simply to make sure that all the eggs are submerged. And here it is, guys. We have completed the process. I'm excited about it to see how this goes. I hope for success. I have labeled it so I can keep track of the date. I'm already noticing the separation here in the jar. That was expected. I will be eyeballing this over the months just to make sure that everything is going well. And that's the advantage I have using a glass jar, where I can see exactly what's going on in this jar. But this is all for now. I'll keep you posted on the results, but wish me luck. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next upload.